You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week one of the 2022 SCAC women's soccer season, and today we're joined by the SCAC women's soccer defensive player of the week, first-year defender Ilsa Newland of the Trinity University Tigers. And Ilsa, congratulations, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Ilsa, before we get into the excitement and the specifics of opening weekend, I just want to ask, you start your first collegiate game in your first year there at Trinity. You get to go back home as a St. Louis native. Take me through your mindset as you went into this first collegiate weekend of your career. Were there nerves? Kind of get me into your mind frame heading into the weekend.
Yeah, so finding out I was starting, it was huge for me. I think there were definitely a lot of nerves going into that first game, but just like any game, I am kind of nervous the first minute. But then once I kind of ease into the game, I'm good and calm and, connecting out of the back. So, yeah.
Overall, an outstanding weekend for you and the rest of your Tiger teammates, off to a 1-0-1 start through the first two fixtures of the season, an impressive 4-1 win over Fontbonne to open the season, and then a 0-0 draw against the number 11 team in the country in WashU. Just sort of take me through what impressed you the most from an overall team perspective in those opening two matches of the year.
In the Fontbonne game, I would say what impressed me the most was our response to their one goal. Obviously, we've been working so hard this preseason, so being able to score four goals in that game was it's much needed. And then WashU, I think everyone left a little unsatisfied, but we didn't feel like the game was away from us and we were reaching for a tie. So that's good for our sake, but yeah.
Defensively, also, you were a huge part of the success that the Tigers had this past weekend, allowing just one goal through those first two matches and only 7 shots on target. How defensively was this unit able to be so successful, and what do you think was key to really limiting opponents in that offensive third of the field?
I think the key aspect to that was definitely just communication with our back line, but then also communication with our midfield and outside wings. That was huge for us because we do play 3 in the back, so it's much more taxing on us, but it's definitely worth it when we can drive forward more. But yeah, that's the main idea, was communication with everyone.
So you get through this opening weekend of your college career. The team gets off to a great start, and so much that lies ahead here in just your first year at Trinity. What are you most excited about as you look ahead to the rest of the season?
I'm most excited to just play. I think everyone is, and especially last year since their season was cut short, I think everyone's just excited to get out there and work hard, hopefully come away with some wins.
And finally, as we look ahead to the rest of the week here, 2 big fixtures for you and your Tiger teammates on the road at Shriner this Friday, and then back home as you host Chapman for your opening home match of the season. What are you most excited about heading into these 2 contests? What will be key for this team to continue to build off that opening weekend momentum?
Definitely for the back line, we have discussed a shutout. That one goal from Fontbonne is really bothering all of us. So that's our main goal there. And then most excited just to play with everyone for first conference games. So that'll be huge.
A native of St. Louis, Missouri, in this week's SCAC Women's Soccer Defensive Player of the Week, first-year defender Ilsa Newland of the Trinity University Tigers. Ilsa, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to march forward throughout your freshman season.
Thank you.